Hey folkies, okay, so it's been a while since I've done one of these, since I've done a reading. Just check my battery level, I'm just going to unplug it, there we go. Seeing and hearing a lot of stuff about this eclipse coming up on the Dark Moon. So I thought I'd do an energetic reading for from a magical perspective, from a metaphysical perspective, not from a perspective of, what, institutions are doing. So the cards we have, so the decks I use are the Druid Animal deck, Murder of Crows, and the Aradia, Gospel of Aradia. So I've got Salmon. We've got, these cards are beautiful. They really are. And they're very crow orientated. The interpretations of them are very crow orientated. So they're not like other tarot cards. Okay. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, the Moon. Funny enough, we've got the Moon there as well. We've got the Page of Swords. We've got the Four of Wands. We've got the Nine of Wands. And we've got the Six of Wands. So there's a big air energy in those cards. And then we've got Fight, the Moon, and Ecstasy. So what does this all mean? So the Salmon card, there's a celebration energy. So what I would say is the beginning and the end of this Dark Moon Eclipse on the 8th of April is about celebration. Okay? That's what I would say. So if you are going to do anything on that evening, make sure it's a celebration of something. Whether that's a ritual or just tapping into the energies, it's a celebration, because this is this is a portal energy, quite an intense portal energy. Because what you've got is the dark moon. Not only is it a dark moon, it's an eclipse. So that's a double darkness, if you like. Yeah, darkness as in absence of light, which is when we, all those things that we would normally do on a dark moon, as witches, magic workers, occultists, you could go deeper. That's what it's about. It's about going deeper. Okay? So, the other thing that the Salmon energy brings is wisdom and inspiration. And it's also, so this is the card that came out, it's the only card that came out of that deck. So the Salmon energy is all about staying open and letting the journey unfold. So not attaching to particular outcomes. It's about, it doesn't matter what happens. And this was the message I got year before last. Whatever happens, stay open. Stay open to the possibilities. Stay open to the potential. Stay open to the journey unfolding in the manner that your soul has already laid out. Yeah? This is, when we talk about the illuminated path, this is what we're talking about. It's the path that your soul, before it came here, before it incarnated, it could see all the possibilities, and it chose the one that was most aligned to where you were at that point. Now, if you do the inner work, that obviously changes. So then, a new path is created. That's how you create reality. Yeah, is you do the inner work to bring about different opportunities, different potentials for a new path. Okay? But your soul ultimately will set that illuminated path and give you clues. It will light the way for you. And if you ask, it will, it will illuminate it with torches and, fairy dust. So that's the salmon energy. So there's kind of like if you look at the salmon, there's if you relate it to the human experience, there's like a childlike wonder going on there. Yeah, you're jumping for joy, literally. Yeah, which is, how many adults jump for joy? Unless they're on a stage, obviously, acting or something. So that's at the top. That's the top card of the reading. And like I say, the end card is also about embracing the playfulness of your soul, because your soul is here to just experience things. It's not here. There's only really one soul group, maybe aside from the blueprinters, mission realmers, who have an actual mission. That's it. We're not here to, we must, I don't know, whatever. There's no mission here, guys. We're just here to have the experience. And, you can make that a good one or not. So, yeah, dance, sing, laugh, be. But that's the last card, okay? So but it begins and it ends with celebration, no matter what. That makes sense. So the Ace of Pentacles in this Murder of Crows deck. So yes, there is the elemental, because it's the earth elemental, super abundance. Yeah. So super abundance does actually run through this whole reading. I thought it was a fly. It's not. It's a strimmer. Because obviously the salmon represents abundance. So the crow, the Ace of Pentacles crow, is about having a firm perch. He's quite happy there, isn't he? This is your foundation. So your foundation is in the celebration, because it's the beginning and the ending of everything. And when you actually think about that from a societal matrix perspective, when you come into the world, there's a celebration, and when you leave the world, there's a celebration. It might not feel like a celebration if you're at a wake, but essentially that's what it is. Yeah. So, this is also about prosperity and planning. So there's the superabundance. But plan it as much as you can in this particular time where things are moving quite fast, and you have to learn to allow things to unfold rather than be rigid in what you expect to happen. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff being said at the moment around, there's lots of things going to happen on the dark, well, they don't call it a dark moon eclipse, they call it just an eclipse. But, are we powerful creative beings or not? So if you want to go and plug into that stuff, then go ahead. But I can guarantee it won't take you to a good place. So 10 of Cups. So this, I saw this as, there's a perspective here. There is a very definite perspective, which comes from this place, and this place, and also this place. If you have a firm foundation in, allowing your journey to unfold, your wisdom, your inspiration, you know, and being able to embrace that playfulness, yeah. You know, be like a child. Why not? Why the hell not? Then you have a unique perspective, yeah. And this is also an ending and a beginning, yeah. So it's embracing the idea of beginning and ending, yeah. What this also involves is family, common ground, and peace. When you have that perspective, you have peace, internal peace, yeah. And when you find, I mean, family can mean different things to different people. It can mean actual blood relations, or it can just mean the people that are around you that have a similar perspective. Yeah, does that make sense? So when you find that, when you find folk that have a similar or the same perspective, it brings you an element of peace. Okay? This is also quite airy, although it's a cup card. It's quite airy. I see that as like almost like cloud-like. So it's very cool. Okay. So this is the moon. So this particular moon card, I mean, I see that as stillness. But it also, so this kind of this kind of represents the dark moon, if you like. Whereas this one represents the moon, you can say the new to through the waxing and full moon. So there's a journey here, yeah? So the darkness of the dark moon and the eclipse will only last so long. It passes, yeah? But in this darkness of the dark moon eclipse, this is a very potent. So if you're doing any kind of magic work, then this would be around intuition, messages, journeying through that darkness, seeing through the overlay, what some people call illusion, which isn't a word that we subscribe to, but I see it as like an overlay or a veneer. You might like that word, veneer. It's quite a cool word. But it's more like an overlay for me. And tapping into your psychic power, because everybody has that ability. It requires peace and perspective and a firm grounding and in a way, you know, that childlike wonder, because, you know, children are, you know, psychic from a very early age, and it gets shut down. But hey, that's another story. So the Page of Swords, sorry. So this is the middle point here. There are 7 cards here. This is the midpoint. So at that midpoint, just be aware. Yeah, it's like you're being a lookout. Yeah, strong, rooted, but just keep one eye on. It could be. I'll say the societal matrix. That could be people, places, experiences, things that come up during this time through the dark moon. So just keep one eye out on the look for observing, if you like. Anything odd which you can kind of step out of the way of. Yeah. And it's also very much, again, relates to all these other cards, is uncovering the hidden stuff. being the attentive observer, allowing those insights to come, but just keeping one eye. If you're doing any kind of ritual, make sure you cast a circle and make sure you call in the watchtowers. That's what I would say with that. And they will keep that eye open for you. Okay? So the Four of Wands. I saw this as almost like a trap. So there is a trap in this Dark Moon Eclipse energy, yeah? So part of keeping a lookout would be when this comes up, note it, but do not enter the trap, yeah? The trap being that you can't see a way forward, yeah? And that you then get sucked down that rabbit hole of not being able to see a way forward through things. So don't fall into that trap, because again, because this is it's a moon phase with a phase of the moon going in front of the sun, yeah, it's fleeting. It does not last. It passes, yeah. So it actually passes like the wind, because this is a wand card. So it passes like the wind, yeah? Not literally passing wind. That's completely something else. But it moves like very quickly, yeah? And it's kind of the mind, yeah? So anything that comes up that's around not being able to see a way forward, that is directly the mind trying to pull you down a rabbit hole. Okay, so don't fall into that trap, because as I said with this previous card, if you're doing any kind of magic work, make sure you cast a circle, call the watchtowers, yeah, they will keep their eyes out for you. And you know, if there is anything that needs to be defense, then your circle will do that for you. Yeah. Does that make sense? Because they're not going to take you. Not today. Not that day. Not ever. Because what the salmon teaches you is endurance. What the earth teaches you is endurance. What perspective teaches you is endurance. Yeah? Okay? So, Six of Wands. Oh, we haven't done the Nine of Wands. Hang on. Nine of Wands. Oh, sorry. I did that completely wrong. I did that round the wrong way. That was round that way. Sorry. So this one, the Four of Wands. So that was the Nine of Wands there. Sorry, guys. So the Four of Wands. You have a cheering crew. You have a cheering crew. That's what you have. You have protection. You have support. Yeah? And that goes all the way back to this one. The family, your friends, the common ground that you have with people. It's also, you know, the celebration, the childlike playfulness, yeah? Those are your allies, if you like, yeah? In your joy and exaltation, in your ritual, you progress. And sometimes that might be slow, but progress you do, yeah? So keep doing those things that work, maybe drop the things that don't. Again, Dark Moon energy is all about that. It's all about getting rid of the things that do not serve you. Okay. And then we have this one. So this is a journey. Now, this can be the end of a journey, or it could be the beginning of a journey. They are essentially the same thing, because there is no beginning and no end in a spiral, which is a circle within a circle within a circle within a circle. Yeah. So you are ready. This is a journey of the metaphysical, because this is related to the dark moon. Yeah. This reading is one specifically for the dark moon. So this is a metaphysical journey. But you know, you're going to meet that challenge. You're going to jump that fence. You are going to overcome that obstacle. Yeah. And it could even land you in a place of leadership, which is really cool. So, last 3 cards. So, choose your battles wisely. Yeah. So, if you don't want to go down that, there it is, down that rabbit hole, then don't. It is a choice. It's always a choice. So you can choose not to go into the trap, yeah, by choosing your battles wisely. Only put your energy on things that you want to expand on, if that makes sense, grow, yeah. If you don't want something in your reality, don't give it your energy, which is essentially your attention, yeah. So choose wisely, yeah. Because you have magical protection. I've talked about the circle here quite a lot. So use, if you're doing any kind of ritual for this dark moon eclipse, use the circle and call the watchtowers. Okay, you can even call deity in if you need to. The moon. So, in terms of adding to that deflection magic, I like to call it, you can use Ariane rod as a energy to light the way. We've been doing work with Ishtar recently. You could ask Ishtar for help. You could ask Sekhmet for help. Technically, she's not a moon deity, but she is pretty fucking fierce. Hecate will light the way with her torches. So you can call on lunar deities to light the way and aid in protection. I mean, if you want protection specifically, I'd either go Ariane rod or Hecate. Okay. And align with the moon completely. Yeah. It's part of the reason why I am making a moon knot calendar. Not as in a piece of string in a knot, but as in not a calendar. Yeah. But that's a story for another time. So the last card, ecstasy. So this is, you know, all of your soul's desires, embracing that playfulness of your soul, you know, dance and sing, laugh and be like the salmon, yeah, jump for joy, yeah. When all of this stuff with the dark moon eclipse is going on, you know, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be sitting there worrying about it. You'll be sitting there haunted by it, going down the rabbit hole of, I don't know what to do. I don't know where I'm going. I can't see a way forward. When you are, you know, through perspective, through, you know, having a firm foundation and playing and knowing that you're on a journey of beginnings and endings all mashed together in a big ball of timey-wimey stuff, you know, keeping one eye on, you know, on the road, so to speak. Yeah. So you've got this. So I would not be concerned with any of the strange reports going on out there. this is a very, very magical time. So if you want to tap into that, you can. Just be aware that there is a possible trap of not being able to see a way forward through it, because the dark moon is dark. It's a lack of illumination. So when it's dark, you can't even see your hand in front of your face. So that's normal, but it passes. Okay? And it passes with, you know, all these things that are essentially you. Yeah? All these are essentially you. So I think that's it for this reading. I hope you've enjoyed this. Yeah. Until the next one, I have no idea when that'll be. I just thought I needed to do one for this particular moon phase and energy. So see you in the next video. Blessings.